Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Eddie with another message to add on to my collection. And I just wanted to share a little something real quick before we get started. Mental health is no joke. I'm a strong supporter of mental health awareness and suicide awareness. And just to let anybody know that may be feeling, kind of down or something, this is an example right here. It's okay to fall apart sometimes, and I'm gonna lower this so we can see the rest of it. And it's got a picture of a taco that's smiling. Tacos do, and we still love them. That's right, we love tacos, and if you don't, then that's alright too. But I didn't for the longest time till somebody forced me to try one time, and the way that I made it after that, I fell in love. And surprisingly, even my kids love them, except for one, the oldest. She'd rather prefer a cheesy roll-up, but that's okay. We still love her too. This message was written back in June, about the middle of June, I believe, the 15th, I think is what I've got posted on here. It's called The Power of One. This wasn't my intended message, but I felt a reason to share it over my planned message. As I was buried into my last one, this popped up and showed me and reminded me of what the power of one really means. You can play a game of chess and get beat 99 times out of 100, but there's always the one time you won. The famous Edison quote, "I have not failed, I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." But he found one way that worked, and look at today's history, all the way up to now, the things that, build off of that one thing at one time that worked. All it takes is one person to say a nice compliment, do an act of kindness. It reminded me of a movie I watched when I was a kid. The movie, funny enough, was called Holy Man. I get called that sometimes, but, just to let you know, I'm not the holy man. I'm just somebody who tries to promote goodness in the world and, share my experiences and share others' experiences that I personally know, and try to live a better life and try to show others that, hey, you're not alone. Change can be done. And if you're willing to open your eyes and see the change that can be done, then you also yourself can let go of some of that hate and enjoy life a little bit more. Anyway, we'll go back to the Holy Man movie. Not really one that gets talked about, but the story he shares in the scene really touched my heart, and I didn't know that the story itself had been around for a while until that day that I'd actually looked it up. It's called The Starfish Story. An old man was walking on a beach one morning after a storm. In the distance, he could see someone moving like a dancer. As he came close, he saw that it was a young woman picking up starfish and gently throwing them back into the ocean. "Young lady, why are you throwing starfish into the ocean?" "The sun is up and the tide is going out, and if I don't throw them in, they will die," she replied. He replied back, "But young lady, do you not realize that there are many miles of beach and thousands of starfish? You cannot possibly make a difference." The young woman listened politely, then bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it into the sea. "It made a difference for that one," she replied. All it takes is one person to change your outlook on things. One small act of kindness to save someone from something. All it takes is one seed to sprout and spread. Same goes for the spreading of God's Word. If you can touch one person, just one, you've already made a difference. So I urge you all, try to be the change in someone's life. Try to help a stranger who may need a can of gas or a ride to the store, or something like that. Something that, that normally you wouldn't go out of your way to do. Try to help at your local homeless shelter with extra stocked up food and, piles of clothes. I mean, myself, I've got a whole closet full of clothes I don't even wear. Probably haven't worn in years. Volunteer a little time to kids who don't have a role model to look up to or come from broken homes that, their parents are working all the time or just too busy to, have anything to do with. I thank God for my schedule that does allow me to have time to do things with my kids. And I mean, even if you don't believe in God or do not engage in Christian practices or activities, you can still make a difference. I'm not pushing my religion down anybody's throat. I know that most of what I do is Christian based and, of God. But, if you're a different believer of something, it's still, it doesn't matter. This, being a nice person and trying to, help somebody, just doing one thing to promote kindness does not automatically qualify you as a, God-fearing believer. No, it's just the right thing to do. It's just a nice thing to do. Help somebody. You don't know what that person may need. You can still make a difference. I don't know how, I don't know about you, but when I help someone and they allow me to help them, I get a good feeling inside of me. It makes me feel useful. And I hope that person passes it along to someone else. And, not everyone is going to like you or want anything to do with you, and that's okay. Because they're the ones that's missing out. I know I harp on change a lot but I have good reason to. If it wasn't for change, I'd still be the monster that I was before, or I would be dead. I've always viewed change as a bad thing, not really realizing, that it's very beneficial, and it was very beneficial for myself and others around me. But, going back to the message, all it takes is just one thing. One thing that you do on your part to make an effect on someone. To the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. Dr. Seuss. Just the power of one thing you say, do, or even change about yourself can make someone else's world a much better place. I know this last part doesn't have much to do with my message, but can be relatable to an extent. I know Mental Health Awareness Month was, if I'm not mistaken, back in May. Like I said, when I wrote this, it was in June, so it would, in the original Facebook message, it will say May, or last month, but it was technically, when I wrote this, it was June, so, and it's now August, and I'm getting this out here, but, I feel it should be every day. No one should have to feel like they're not good enough, downing themselves for past mistakes, made fun of for being different, etc. Mental health is real. Always remember, you're not alone. You are loved no matter how much you've messed up or how much you are hurting due to someone else's mistakes. You are needed. Peace and love be with you all, and good night.